A tweet from a guy who runs law.com says GPT-5 shows we've crossed the point where most people can't tell if one AI model is better than another. From here, models will be judged on vibe and utility. Do I like the way it responds to me? Can actually do something useful? Does it remember me and what matters? So I think this is true. I think we've reached a point where the average person cannot tell the difference in the intelligence between these models. They've all come so far that they are as smart or slightly smarter than most humans. Smart is a very loaded term here, but the intelligence level, again, that's very loaded, is at a point where it's really hard for us to discern the difference, which is why when there's a new launch and we try out new models, we're like, oh yeah, it's good. But it's very hard to leap beyond that in any meaningful way. So what might happen now, and I agree with Nathan here, is we will stop judging them on their pure kind of power. And instead, it's going to be much more about whether we like working with them and what they can do for us. Honestly, I think this is a much healthier and better way to work with these models, because every time a new model comes out and we have this debate about, oh, it's stupid or it's smarter, that doesn't mean anything. We don't really have a good, solid definition of what that is. Yes, we have the benchmarks, but we've seen the benchmarks are fairly flawed, and you can do really well on a benchmark, but then you take the model home and you use it at home and you realize, oh, it's not very useful. That's what we need to start judging it on, is how useful is it for the tasks that we want it to do? How good is it at refactoring a code base? How good is it at writing a newsletter, for example? It's going to be based on the tasks. And that means that all of us are going to find different AIs that are good for us, because that's subjective. Because we are the ones who know how to do these tasks well, and we're the ones who are judging the AI. So I think that's a much healthier way to be looking at these AIs. And because we've kind of maxed out the intelligence, or it's caught up with humans, more or less, I think this is going to be a much more practical way of dealing with it as we move forward.